Hello, our wonderful and beautiful viewers at home. You are welcome to another special edition of our program on ABN TV. As you all know, this special program is a program where we discuss on issues that affect the society. And today, we'll be discussing on another issue with a very high personality on the society and the well-being of people as well. I remain your humble host. As you all know, my name is Menik Skayode Ayeni, and you are welcome to today's program. So today we are having a high personality to discuss issues with. We have in our midst today the senior advisor to the special, the senior advisor and the special advisor to the Osun State Governor on security. We have Mrs. Abiodun. She's a person of high personality, and she's a person well respected and reputable in the society and the state and across the country at large. So you are welcome to our program today, ma'am. We are glad to have you and discussing issues together. So you are welcome. So, ma, as the special advisor to the governor on security, what are your constitutional duties? What are the things you do?
I'm the liaison officer between the government and the security agencies and the society.
Okay, ma, that means you stand as a bridge. You stand as the middleman that communicates between the security agencies and the government.
Yeah, I'm the middleman between the government, the security agencies, and the people.
Okay, to a very large extent, by the time some security agencies they come to you, they communicate some things to you, how well do you relate it to the government?
We relate very well. Once they come up with any information as relating to security, it is taken before the governor immediately, because anything on security needs prompt action. And so once the security agencies come up with any information as regards the security situation anywhere within the state, it is taken up to the government promptly.
Okay, so now when you were discussing on it, you mentioned that it is taken up by the government promptly. Like, what are the progress and what are the kind of measures you see the government taking action immediately when this report comes in?
Well, when the matter is related to the government, if the ones that require the government calling the parties, they call the parties immediately and the matter is resolved. Where they need to direct, where the governor needs to direct the security agencies to carry out further action on the matter, it is done immediately. And then whatever it is that they do, they also report back to the governor.
Okay, that's very nice. Our viewers, I believe you are learning and you are hearing what Mrs. Abiodun is saying, that is the special advisor to the governor on security, and will proceed just as we continue in the program. Ma, now recently there's this public announcement and a law now that anybody who doesn't use the face mask or who doesn't follow the safety protocols guarding against the COVID-19 pandemic, that there will be sanctioned in the state. So, and the enforcement has begun since Monday when it was to start. So it has started, and we've had cases where some persons will be taken to the mobile court to be completed, being tagged as violators and all sorts of that. So now, how long do you feel this enforcement will last in the state?
It will continue for as long as the people refuse to comply with the safety protocols. The government has set up mobile courts to try violators. Once you are caught not using your mask, You will be taken before the magistrates, you will be tried, and you will be given punishment, which is community service. Immediately after you are given the punishment, you go carry it out, and then you will be allowed to go. So the exercise will continue until everybody gets used to using their mask.
Okay, with your wealth or an experience in the police force, like you were once a commissioner of police, and you know how enforcement goes when it comes to human being, controlling them, trying to sensitize them in working in the direction. You know, there are some persons being tagged as rebels that would not comply to this safety. So do you think, and through this enforcement, there will be a permanent stop to the violation of the safety protocols?
We hope there will be stop to the violations, and that is what we are working towards. We want to ensure that everybody complies with the safety protocols.
Okay, with your office now, you are the head. That's what the society knows, and you are the head now, let's say, of the task force team. That is, you go about daily to ensure that people are really following this protocol. So to a very large extent, and the state is having like 30 local government. How do you supervise the whole state at the time? You know, definitely we have some persons who will not follow it. You know, people will continue to say, like we have had people who will be saying it's just within the state capital that the enforcement will be so key. So now, to a very large extent, other local governments is the enforcement in full force, just as we're having it here.
Yes.
Is mobile courts in all the local governments?
The mobile courts are set up in all the local government, but the task force team moved from one location to the other. We did in Oshogbo. Yesterday we were in Ede, and it's going to continue like that.
Okay, it's going to continue like that, like the movement now.
Of course, we are not going to remain in Oshogbo. We'll be moving from one location to the other, while the security agencies will also enforce these rules within their area of responsibility.
Okay, the public announcement and the law that was released, it was stated that violators who refuses to use their nose masks will be fined a fine of 2,000 naira, or they have to do community service for a period of time. So to a very large extent, what has been the one standing firmly? Like recently, you know, people have been tried in the court.
It has been community service. The punishment has been community service. The governor is a passionate, kind-hearted man. He wants to see that the state is rid of this coronavirus pandemic, and is working towards it passionately. And he believes that once they give them community service, they will take it, they will see it, you know, in good light. Many of them understand after serving the punishment. They now see that this is for our own good. We are not using mask, and we are being punished for it. It will be in their memory for quite some time. So anytime they want to go out and they forget their mask, they run back to go and pick it, because they know that if they go out without it and they are caught, they will be asked to either cut grass or sweep.
Okay, I think you have shed more light to the insinuations and the perception of people. So be out there for those that have been thinking and having this perception that the fine is a way of the state getting revenue, because that was the insinuation. Some people, so many persons has reacted that no, how would the state be asking them to pay 2,000 for not using FEMA? That the state wants to get revenue through that. So now the special advisor on security to the governor has cleared it out that it is not in that way, but it is for the betterment of the people. That is, it is
see, there is. Let me tell you something. I think if they are nobody should look at it from the point of revenue drive. It is to punish, and as a matter of fact, the governor has said no fine but community service.
Community service.
Because if you leave it with fine, people will not take it serious. Many people will say, after all, it is to pay. And what is it? In Lagos, we know that it is more than this. Do you know how much violators are fined for various violations? So, the essence of what we're doing is to make people realize that COVID-19 is real and they need to prevent the spread.
Okay, I want you to clear the air on the community service. I think the public announcement that was released, so 5 days.
Community service is for 3-4 hours for violators. 3-4 hours. You will be punished and you will serve it immediately.
Okay, that means they will serve the punishment immediately.
Immediately.
And I think welcome back. If you are just joining us, we are still on the issue that is the special program where we talk on issues that concerns the society at large. And as you all know, we said earlier, we are with a high personality in the society today, the special advisor to the governor on security, Mrs. Abiodun. She's the one we are on to today, which will be discussing issues that relates to security in the state at large together. So if you are just joining us, you are welcome, and we have started, and now we are continuing the discussion as well. So Ma, as the leader of the task force now in ensuring that people comply to the safety protocols, to a very large extent, how do you supervise this?
I've said people, when they are punished, they serve their punishment immediately. There are correctional officers, there are police officers around to ensure that they serve the punishment.
Okay. I'm very sorry, Ma, for influxing those questions like that. So, Ma, there's one reaction that is going on in the society now, and I want you to help us in clearing the air about it. Ever since the COVID-19 started, it has been perceived that there is an influx of the northerners into the state, and the government is not happy with it. So, to a very large extent,
can you give us example of where you had the influx?
To a very large extent, there was a time around May, and they said the border from Ibadan, that some northerners were caught in a bus.
And they were sent back.
They were sent back.
People raised alarm that they saw them, and the police accosted them, and they were sent back.
Okay, now what we want to clear now is, ever since the lockdown has been eased.
Lockdown has been eased for more than a month. So there is no issue of border lockdown anymore.
Okay, we just want to be sure if northerners are still influxing the state.
Why would we know? When the borders are open, people are free to move.
Because People are just reacting that they see on
People
faces.
are free to move. There is freedom of movement in Nigeria and even in Osun State.
Okay, thank you very much, ma. Sorry, ma. One more question to go before we have some advice to people of Osun State. The illegal miners now, it has caused a concern in the state.
The state is already working on that.
Okay.
The state is working on that.
On how to deal with it.
Yes, the state is working on how to deal with the issue of illegal miners.
Alright, thank you very much, ma. So, we really appreciate you, ma, for your time so far for discussing this program with us. So, ma, before we end the program, we'd like to know your final advice to the people of the state so as to help the government in fighting insecurity and also complying to the safety protocols.
I want to advise the citizens of the state to be law-abiding. Law-abiding. There are rules and there are laws guiding our daily activities. Citizens should please ensure that they abide by the laws, the rules, and the regulations, especially during this COVID-19, that people are to wear their mask, they are to maintain social distance, people are to sanitize, wash their hands regularly. I want to appeal that people should abide by the safety protocols. This is to protect them and protect their neighbors so that there will be no spread of the pandemic.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for that wonderful advice. Viewers out there, I believe you have learned a lot. You have learned a lot through this discussion program where we discuss on the issues related to security matters. And we want to use this medium to appreciate Mrs. Abiodun, the special advisor to the governor on security, for her time and for contributing successfully to this program to go wide. I believe your insinuations, I believe your reactions, I believe your perceptions now has been cleared through what Mrs. Abiodun has said thus far. So now the governor has been stated that the community service will be the only punishment for violators who refuses to use their face masks. For those who think the state wants to get revenue through that, no, the hair has been cleared now. The hair has been cleared. So what you have to do now, according to the advice from Mrs. Abiodun, is that you should follow the safety protocols. Use your face mask so that you will not be caught unaware for violating the safety protocols as laid down by the government. So thank you very much, ma'am, Mrs. Abiodun, the special advisor to the governor on security matters. We appreciate you for your time so far, and we hope to call on you consequently when issues arise concerning security and the government at large.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
You're welcome.
So we've come to the end of today's program. I remain your home host, Kayode Ayeni. ABN TV. Bye-bye.